Good morning, everyone. My name is Donna Doughty, and I am a pre-ADN student at Lenoir Community College. Today, for my class Bio 168, I will be dissecting the cow eyeball for you and naming the parts. Okay. So first of all, we're going to do the fibrous tunic, which is this fatty part here that covers the outside of the cornea. And I'm going to trim away some of this stuff here so that you will be able to see the retina, because if not, we won't be able to see the retina. Okay, my next external structure to show you is the cornea. This is this shiny part right here. It is the protective layer. It protects the actual eyeball itself. Okay. Okay. This part here around the outside of the eyeball is the sclera. The sclera. The sclera is the white part on the outside of the eye. Okay. So moving right along, I'm going to skip around a little bit because once I open up this cornea, you're going to see the aqueous humor come out. It provides nutrients to the eyes, and it also gets its shape because it holds pressure to the eyeball. And once I open it up and let that pressure out, it's going to deflate. So now I'm going to open up the cornea so you can see the aqueous humor. I'm going to trim a little bit more of this stuff over here. Yeah, here we go. So now I'm going to cut into the cornea and hope I don't get squirted. Okay, so see all that juicy stuff coming out? That's the aqueous humor. Okay. So that basically describes the external eye structures. Now we're going to move on to the internal eye structures. Okay, I'm going to kind of cut around right here. I'm going to go ahead and open up this part of the eye so we can get to the iris and the pupil, and we'll be able to see them pretty well. And my scissors are not very sharp, so I apologize. Also, while I'm doing this as well, I wanted to go ahead and show you, this is going to be the anterior part, and this is your posterior of the eyeball. Like I said, my scissors are not very sharp at all. So I can make a little incision right here. without damaging anything. There we go. Just had to get that initial cut. As you can see, I'm kind of cutting around the middle part so I can open it up. And I hope I haven't damaged anything in the process, which I don't think I have. But it does have to be separated to see the other. Okay. So here, I'm gonna, this is the cornea. As you can see, it's the shiny part. Once I open up this shiny part, you're going to be able to see right here. This right here is the iris. This is part of the iris. This black part. This middle part here is where the pupil is. The pupil is inside. The iris is on the outside. The iris is the color. It gives you the color part of your eye. The pupil is the black spot. Light passes through the pupil to the lens. Okay, so you see here, this is the iris. This black part. This part here is the pupil. I'm going to set that to the side. Well, first of all, let me do... Hold on. Oh. This little rigid part here too. I don't know if you can see it really good. This little rigid part, which is on the other part of the eye too, is called the ciliary body. Okay, this particular part of the eye, the internal structures, it has the vascular tunic, which is called the uvea. It also has the choroid as well. Okay, let's see. We'll move this out of the way. Oh my goodness. Okay, this part here, this right here, that you see the white part, that's the actual lens of the eye. The lens, as you see here, and look at this front part here, the lens is located behind the iris and the pupil. This is the actual lens, the shiny part. The lens does divide into anterior and posterior chambers of the eye, which is the iris and the lens. As y'all can see that? Okay. Okay, going back to oh, also the anterior cavity, which is this here. This is the anterior cavity, and closer out is going to be the posterior cavity. The anterior cavity is the part in front of the eye of the lens. The anterior is going to be closest outside of the eye, and the posterior is going to be closest inside. My mistake. The posterior chamber is located, which is this part here, is going to be behind where the iris was. The posterior chamber is behind the iris and in front of the lens. So it's going to be this part here, and the anterior is going to be the front of the lens, which is a part that is filled with the aqueous humor. Okay. Oh, okay. So this here is our lens. This little piece here that, well, whoops, it fell off. Okay. This little jelly-like substance that you see here, it is called the vitreous humor. Okay. The vitreous humor, it surrounds the lens and it's clear so light can pass through the lens. It provides protein and water for the lens. This little jelly stuff you see right here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that off. Okay. So I'm going to pull that off. I do need to mention too, on this front part of this eye right here, just let me get the paper. There is a neural layer. Let me go back to this one first. Hold on. The fibrous tunic is this outside part here. And then next to that is going to be the vascular part, because it has 3 layers. That's going to be the fibrous. That is going to be the vascular. And the sensory tunic layer, which is the neural layer, is going to be, I'm going to pull this stuff here out. Well, all my eyeballs falling out. Okay. This part here, not for sure why it's falling out, but this part that's supposed to be falling out right here, so if I can find it. Anyway, it's attached right here. This part that normally would fall out, I think it's just kind of coming apart, and it's supposed to hang down. This is your blind spot. This little white dot here. It's called the optic disc. The optic nerve is going to be this little white tail here. It's going to be at the back of the eye. Okay. So the layer does have, the eyeball does have 3 layers. So this is the back part of the eye. This is where the retina is located. Okay. This is the innermost layer. It captures and processes light into visual signals. It contains photoreceptors. It has rods and cones that convert light into electrical impulses, which are then transmitted to the brain via the optic nerve, which I showed you earlier. So I'm going to turn this inside outward so we'll be able to see the retina more closely. So this is the part where the retina is located. This part here. And then comes a part the posterior cavity is the back part of the eyeball. It fills up 2/3 of the eyeball from the lens to the retina. And it's filled with the vitreous humor, which is this part. Like I said, the vitreous humor, it helps the eyes have its round shape. It contributes to the clear vision. Also helps protect the eye by softening blows to the head and the eye, the vitreous humor. This jelly-like stuff here, which is on the back of the lens. This stuff here is the vitreous humor, the jelly-like stuff. And this here is the lens itself. If you hold this up and hold it up to your eye, you can actually see yourself through this lens. And also, this lens too shows magnification if you were to hold it up against something as well. Okay. So moving right along, like I said, this spot here is the blind spot. This little white dot, if you can see it right here. That is the blind spot. My retina is supposed to come out of here and just fall out, but I think it kind of come disconnected from my eyeball. But I'm going to turn this inside out. This is called the tapetum. And I'm going to pull this apart, if I can, and show you this part of the eye. The tapetum is supposed to look like a show. It's very pretty in color. I'm going to have to cut this fibrous material away from it so that you can see it. So as you can see, I'm just cutting this away from the eyeball so you'll be able to see the tapetum. A cat's eyes, like you see, glow at night. Light comes into this tapetum part, which is behind here, and the light bounces off of it. Humans do not have this. The back of our eye is black, and it helps them absorb light. See if it's going to let me separate it for you. I don't think this particular eyeball is going to let you see that part. Because my eyeball right here, you can see it's just coming apart. But normally, right behind the back of the cow's eye, which is this black part that you see, is where the tapetum is. It's really pretty and shiny. It has lots of really pretty colors. It almost looks like a prism. But I'm going to still try to see if I can cut into it somehow, somewhat, so you can see it. If I can separate it. But I don't think it's going to let me do it because of maybe this cow eye. It's not going to let me show it to you. But anyway, like I said, normally this is where the tapetum is located. And it is a very pretty, shiny color. It looks almost like a prism. And it is the part of the eye. Light comes into the eye, it bounces off of it, and it looks like a cat's eye at night. And like I said, humans do not have this. Our eye is black, but they have it, the tapetum, they have to have it to absorb light so that they can see. It lets the light in. So, I think I have covered everything. I think my cow eyeball must have been a little older, or it was a little drier. But I think I've covered everything. The cornea, the aqueous humor, the sclera, the pupil, the iris, the lens, the vitreous humor, the optic nerve, the retina, the aqueous humor, the optic disc, the anterior cavity, I also showed you the sensory tunic, which is the neural layer where the retina is. The fibrous layer is where the sclera is located. And the vascular layer, which is the internal eye structure, the choroid, the ciliary body, and the iris is located there as well. It provides blood supply, regular light entry. It controls our focus. So that really helps to be able to see with that light coming in. It's also, the vascular unit is also called the uvea. That's another name. It's the middle layer. The fibrous is the outside layer, and the vascular is the inside of the layer, which is at the back of the eye where the retina is located. So, I think I've covered all my bases. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. And I hope y'all have a great day. Thank you so much for watching.